Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Problems. And now that clear now. Sorry. Right. So as I have said, um, I'm not going to be talking much. Ndimi mcharamba mchitaura. Right. Ndimi mcharamba mchitaura. As I was saying, earlier on, I've been asked to put my PayPal account there. So I've put it there. I've pinned it, on the space. And we want to gift you Uncle. Gadaiwa magift at Rambe Zulu. So I'm quite sure some of you guys have seen the space. So I'm not going to say much, but I'm going to be doing much in terms of just adding people and keep coming in, here and there. Kana nchingenda bo maybe mapirits andanwagera kikini pane document randira kuti izonenge ndizoverenga kana nchingenda bo and then tombopinda mudocument iroro a response to what came out yesterday. Saka, those of you guys that have seen the presser by Manize, he tried by all means not to focus on on what came out, yesterday, what came out in the Politburo. He tried to get us to focus on what he said are the achievements under Emerson Mnangagwa, etc. And then, but my journalist was yavabvunza. But he did take a swipe at General Chiwenga. Some of it, I believed he was now questioning his war credentials. Paangari kutaura nezvaopa muchinguri achiti opa went to war 1975. She's been in Mozambique. She was trained in Mozambique, stayed in Mozambique. Vana general ava vakatozouya hondo yakupera ndana muchekadzi afa, etc. And he was saying kuti kuhondo we had no general. The only general who was there was General Tongo, and he only got that after vaenda kulanga House ku London. Ndi General Wells akaenda ikoko achozvipresenta as a general akanzi aiwa you was a general, you've lost the war. The only general that we have here is General Tongo. So he was like, it doesn't matter whether you've achieved something post independence, but kuhondo tanga tiri same chichi. Saka he tried, and then if you remember those who were with me a few days ago when I spoke about the hierarchy, leadership hierarchy in ZANU PF, he repeated the same thing. Pandgati, this is what I was told by Matemadanda. That was the main reason why why Mugabe had to go, because the threat that these guys were now facing, kubva G40, and the talk that Grace Mugabe wanted to succeed Mugabe, they saw that as a threat to that hierarchy. And manzwa Chris Mutsvangwa achizvidzogorora. Saka kune ava vaidhauta kuti kana vanga vasina kumbobvira vakainteracta neinterview yandikaita namatemadanda mazvinzwirawo mega Maniza achitaura. Right. Anyway, mukoma advocate Herbert, muri sei, makadii henyu?
Ndinofara mukoma Gerard, muri sei?
Tungopusha, tungodaro amene kwamuri ikoko.
Ndiri right.
Aiwa, tinotenda.
Yeah, very very interesting, very interesting. Mukoma Gerard, inini handitoda kuti ndi-concentrate on the credentials of General Chiwenga, is Chris Mutsvangwa was referring to him as not a general and things like that. Ndachida kuti ndibate panyaya his account on what happened before the 2017 so-called coup, not a coup. Kuti apana chaari kutaura hake chekunyepa in terms of what happened during that period. Ndakambopresenta pa space yenyu again some months ago ndichiti nini, the truth of the matter is Chiwenga haasiriye muridzi weuprising yakaitika muZimbabwe. Chakaitika ndechekuti Chiwenga is the commander of the defense forces. He had to be robbed in, akashandiswa iye sakomanda. But chinhu ichi chakarongwa. Remember I presented ndichiti nini, Mnangagwa would be having a hierarchy or either immediate boss as a person angari a former defense minister. Therefore, at one time, Chiwenga reported to Emerson Mnangagwa. And Emerson Mnangagwa was also security minister. If you do a run-up to 2017, Muchawana Chris Mutsvangwa are very outspoken. I think people were sleeping on Chris Mutsvangwa, how outspoken he was, how he became very critical of Robert Mugabe, how he would speak of things that were happening in the Politburo. Saka chinhu ichi chakagadzirwa nana Emerson Mnangagwa nana Chris Mutsvangwa. So it is, many people might want to be so much surprised to say Chris Mutsvangwa are so much outspoken. Vanhu vakagadzira chinhu ndana Chris Mutsvangwa. That's why there is so much disrespect towards General Chiwenga and so forth. And that's why Chris Mutsvangwa ari padhuze na Emerson Mnangagwa politically. Now, you know, the response iri mudocument yakaiswa naZiyambi. In one thing which people might have also slept on, chekuti whether it was willful or it was not deliberate, that document yakaburitsa kuti army was captured. Because according to my protocol army, Mkoma Gerard, there is no private citizen anofanirwa kudira fuel for an army nekupa chikafu. Defense Act ukaiverenga the Ministry of Defense protocols zvinenge zvitoratidza kuti security was compromised because ukaona a private citizen akunzi ari kudira fuel. Motikari dzearmy dzine nzvimbo dziri designated nemasuppliers efuel are different from private vehicles. Saka kana munhu achibuda otaura kuti a private citizen aidira fuel, we know who Tagwirei is, kuti muzukuru waMnangagwa, handitika. Saka now it links back to Mnangagwa kuti akanga ato capture army kudhara. And kureva kuti it's not only fuel yakadirwa. Kune vanhu vaitobhadharwa mari even imomo army macho imomo to be able to have the army loyal to Mnangagwa's side and Chris Mutsvangwa's side. Now, General Chiwenga only works as a pawn in this chess game before 2017. That's his work, right? And the boss there is Emerson Mnangagwa, and also followed by Chris Mutsvangwa. Now, dambudziko rinozoitika nderekudai also. When now the owners vechinhu ichi, they now come back kukolekta zvavakanga vashandira, right? They knew kuti tikasiya General Chiwenga, although he was used as a pawn in the chess game, ari commander of the defense forces, it would be very difficult to contain him. So the best thing is to what? Is kumutaura kuti iwe join politics. Once you join politics, you are a vice president and appointee, you are no longer in command of the army. So General Chiwenga isolated. Mukatasa vese masoja vana SB Moyo, vese vana Nyika Yaramba, vese vana Zimondi, the late parents Shiri, everyone else vanobuditswa muarmy because vanoziya danger yekuti vanhu vatakatuma isusu vanogona kuzoita comeback vakuti pandukira vakuita claim a stake. So one can say the mistake yakaita General Chiwenga was to become a civilian vachijoina politics, because if he had remained as the commander of the defense forces, he would be in a position where he can actually command the army. Now, is isolated, right? Number one. Number two, anoudzwa iwewe takangokutuma kuti uite basa rataida kuti uite. So General Chiwenga is in a very, very difficult position because the people who financed this uprising against Mugabe, ndivo vana Tagwirei, ndivo vana Chris Mutsvangwa, ndivo vana Mnangagwa varipo, and you are isolated. So there might be some similarities with 2017 yekuti there are people who are surrounding the president. But now the difference iripo ndeyekuti if Chiwenga would want to fight back, haana ma-resources, haana ma-connections, akafanana neakanga ana vice president Emerson Mnangagwa. So General Chiwenga is in a very, very tough position where I foresee anogona kungodzingwa basa anytime. He will be fired as the vice president anytime, because if you can see Chris Mutsvangwa coming out so openly, achitaura kuti this is what happened in the Politburo, it means atogadzirwa tsamba yake kuti adzingwe. The only hope that General Chiwenga might have is maybe there's a certain faction which is within the junior ranks of the army, which is still loyal to me as their former commander and their boss. That can just be a hope, because as it stands, Muningina wa President Mnangagwa, the commander of the defense forces. So it's very problematic. Again, Mira Papo, but Chiwenga is at a very weak and a weaker position than compared to President Mnangagwa, Chris Mutsvangwa, Tagwirei, and all those people who are surrounding the president.
Yeah, ibabo muri right, because amukatarisa zvanga zvitaurwa naye Chris Mutsvangwa wacho achiti uyu paakapresenta dossier, vamwe vese they distance themselves away from that dossier. Iye ega ndiye akasara akabata dossier iroro, and they even said kuti he is isolated within even the top echelons of ZANU-PF. Akato-isolatewa ngemudhara wacho. Saka the only hope, yeah, I agree with you, Pamurudi, the only hope yainayo, you are looking at my junior ranks. And also the only hope, I don't know if you agree with it, hope is the masses, Zimbabweans. If they do actually come out in support of this thing, I think that can be a game changer. But we are waiting to find out. Nkoma Lenso really say.
Uncle, how are you? I flew in the fungo ya kukaka usually.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.